Λοιπόν, και είναι μαζί μας σήμερα εδώ για να μας βοηθήσει, να σας χαιρετήσει όλους τους συμμετέχοντες σήμερα εδώ, και φυσικά είναι ο άνθρωπος πίσω από το edIUS.net. Έτσι, είναι ο άνθρωπος ο οποίος υποστηρίζει σε τουλάχιστον 7 γλώσσες όλο το κομμάτι της προώθησης και της υποστήριξης του edIUS. So, Michael, again, I'll just introduce you to the rest of the attendees today. And once again, I would like to thank you for being here today with us. And please, we would like to share a few words from your side. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Kostas. It's a pleasure for me to be invited to this EDIUS group from Greece. We know we have big EDIUS fans in Greece, and Kostas is always also fighting for more fans. We have just launched EDIUS 11, and we have a long list of new features which are great. It's maybe important to say that it's not just about the features. We have a new structure. It's really a new structure. EDIUS is no longer like one application. It's a combination of different services, database, editing tool, messaging tool, all combined in this package named EDIUS 11. And the features, which are many, which you get when you buy EDIUS 11, they are very nice and great, and I'm very happy for many of those. But what is kind of the main feature is the new structure, because the new structure allows to work in a different way. One thing which is easy to understand right now is that if you work with Mink and EDIUS, you can basically work in at the same time. It's using the same database. So if you change information of a clip in Mink, you'll get the same information in EDIUS. But doing this manually is just one part. We have done a first video. I don't know if you have seen it, EDIUS 11 and AI. And basically, the possibility to have a database which we can take information from and send information to allows a complete new possibility. For example, what we are showing in this video is that we are using a AI tool which is doing scene description. So imagine you have, I don't know, thousands of video clips on your hard drive, but you don't know where is each clip. Probably this situation happens often when you have a lot of video and you are collecting all the stuff. But using the description, the automatic description, means that inside that video, the AI can look for content and can describe the scene. For example, day on a beach, water, sunshine, sand, people laughing, different even like emotions can be described. So if you do this on your own, you need a lot of time. But if you can use an AI tool, it can be done quite easy. Maybe it takes some time, but it's also something which can happen in the background. So we are showing this possibility, and funny enough, this tool, we have built it on our own. So it's not Grass Valley, it's EDIUS.net. Also we are driving the network of resellers in the world, and our own development team used the API which is available, and wrote some lines of code, and we could see, this is really working. And this will allow us in the next months to offer more additional tools to EDIUS 11. On the other side, and now maybe my speech is getting a little bit too long, we've seen that
please. It's very interesting. Please go on.
Especially on the US forum, some people are getting crazy because some functions are missing. So for example, they say the new bin doesn't offer the information if a clip is used in the timeline. And this is, of course, not good if you are used to this and you use that. I personally have to say that I never used these this information really, but we can see from the support that many people want that back. We already have the confirmation from the Chris Valley team that it's coming back. And funny enough, in less than 1 week, we'll see a new EDIUS 11 release where there are some new features and also some bug fixes. We could also see that there are some issues because maybe it's important to say that EDIUS looks like it looked before, but it is inside, it's completely new. And that means that some things maybe are not 100% as they have been before, but the idea is to come to the same level as before and add a lot of things to it. Now, I was really pushing the team to publish EDIUS 11 and not to like keep on developing, and then go out, because I think the version even which was released, there was some small things missing. It was good enough to be released because there were so many great things which were added. But just understand that basically in the EDIUS community, we are a big family. And Kostas, he is, your ambassador. So he is telling us if something is not working in the community of Greece and we need to change things. We get this feedback from all over the world, and in most cases, it's basically the same. So yeah, we understand very fast what is needed, and then we are pushing the team in Kobe in Japan to focus on these development steps. But it's also important that it's not about like missing things. It's really about the new structure. And even the first maintenance release, which was published just a few days after the release, did fix a lot of problems which occurred, and some other issues were fixed. Yeah, we are almost fixing on a kind of daily base. You've maybe seen there is the EDIUS 11 Setup Manager. The Setup Manager is a tool which is done by us, by the EDIUSnet team. Why do we do this Setup Manager? The problem is that EDIUS is running on so many completely different systems, and we want to avoid problems. So we have to check those systems. The EDIUS setup tool is not checking so many things, but the setup manager is. And we get feedback from customers where they have problems. And the idea is to use the setup manager as a problem solver. And this is especially important when it comes to the plugins. You know that EDIUS 11 is delivered with Vitacine version 5 EDIUS edition. It's delivered with Aiken Acoustica, which is basically a standalone software, but it's connected in some areas to EDIUS, and also the EDIUS edition, so the collection of VST plugins, which are really nice. And it also includes the AI-based noise remover, which is really fantastic and very easy to use. And then we have another plugin, and I've been fighting for this. This is VisTitle, because I think that the technology and the speed and the quality of VisTitle is really great. What they can't do right now is do good templates. The templates look like 40 years old or something, but the engine is great. And I think with missing templates, we can fix that, or you can design it on your own. But obviously now when VisTitle comes to a different state, as it's a standard titler now included in EDIUS, we'll see much more possibilities there as well. But just the support for the new subtitling is just amazing. And everybody who sees it the first time just get a smile on his face, because it's working in a way how you would like to have it. And we can also see that the communication with VisTitle, when it's about support, they are like this. Yeah, we get fixes very, very fast. And even though they are not releasing a new version, we implement fixes into the setup manager. So now we have thousands of users out there, and it's different to have a beta team with many users, but not thousands. And so we use this additional support information which we get about problems, and try to make EDIUS better in a really fast time. And again, it's not about like fixing EDIUS. It's about to have a new platform with new possibilities, and that is what we really want to reach for the future, and where we want to make the EDIUS community happy.
I'm sure, Michael, we are the right direction, and but to be honest, we need to move forward, and wait until the new features come. We see the new features on EDIUS 11, because at the moment I can definitely understand that the platform offers a lot of possibilities in terms of further development and features additions, and of course, one of the greatest upgrades that I can definitely see from day one is the Mink integration, which is an incredible tool. If you understand the value that can offer on demand and the time that it can save in terms of organizing and archiving your files. And later on, if you want to add any collaboration features with Chorus or anything else, that would be an incredible news for everyone here, because we're not only offering a platform that you can actually organize your files, but you can set up the grounds in order to collaborate in an open space and utilize all the resources you might have from your studio or from your news gathering agency or from your post-production facilities. So this is really great news, and I'm really excited to find out in the future how we can further utilize the artificial intelligence feature that now EDIUS, due to its open platform, can support. And I'm sure that after today's presentation and helping all the EDIUS users here that we are with us today can realize how EDIUS 11 can change significantly the way that they are working, how they can further accelerate their production workflow, and how they can take advantage of all the new features that are here now available and all the new features that are going to follow in the near future.
Right. Maybe one more thing. The text-to-speech function is not working very well right now with the Greece language. But that's it's very easy to explain. There are different AI models available. And right now, when we deliver the first version of this, we have just a very small, tiny model. So this is not very exact. But we see already that in the very, very near future, we'll have two updates. We'll have a faster AI processing using GPU power, and that allows us to use a bigger model. And then the results are just fantastic. So this isn't a pipeline. For us, it was important to go out with a version which is okay, and to give an understanding that also delivering a larger model, so the biggest model is, I think, 3 GB. If you will include that directly, it's a little bit too much. Sure. But it will allow later a function where you can say, okay, download a small model, which is already much better than the tiny one, which is included, a medium or a large model, and then the results also in Greek will be much better.
Yeah, I'm not worried about that, because I know how the AI models are working and how they need to be trained using bigger data all the time, and so they can have the options to do a further extensive analysis, so they can be more accurate for their results. Exactly. One question before,
you have to switch to Greek as well, right?
I know.
Sorry for talking English, but my Greek is really bad.
That's fine. What I would also like to ask you is that there are a lot of questions from EDIUS users asking if EDIUS 11 Setup Manager can now address the problem with all the plugin updates that they have older versions of the plugin upgrade. Some of them doesn't have to be a paid upgrade, but they don't know if they can use it in the newest version of EDIUS 11, and that creates a lot of frustration sometimes.
Yes.
So
that's also the plan for the setup manager right now. The setup manager takes care of EDIUS and all plugins which are delivered with EDIUS. And we have integrated first plugins like Voxengo, Voxformer, or Elephant, which you buy them once and then you can use them forever, and it will be integrated. You see that we have on the EDIUS.net website, we have a list now with all plugins available for EDIUS 11, and all are now supporting EDIUS 11. So even like RobustKey or Neat Video or others. Right now, you still have to download those plugins on this website and install it, but at least it's working. But the plan is really to integrate also this kind of work into the setup manager. To be honest, the setup manager will have much more functions in the future, because we also want to integrate those AI possibilities into the setup manager, because the setup manager needs to load models, for example. And if you say, I want to have this and this function, then the setup manager will just download the model, install it, or make it available. And so that's why it is some kind of core part. Why is it like that? Well, EDIUS is an application, and we have many plugins around it, and many people who know EDIUS by heart have no problems to install all these plugins. But as we know, and I mean, we do a lot of second level support for the resellers, we know that sometimes it's very confusing, and that's why it's very important that these plugins that they run. And with, for example, with New Blue, we often have something that you install manually an old plugin into a folder, and then EDIUS just crashes. The setup manager can recognize, okay, there's a plugin which is wrong installed, and just fix it. That's the idea. I can tell you it is complicated, but we're working on it.
I can definitely understand that.
And for example, today we released a new version of the setup manager, which is now including also a new updated version of Vitascene version 5 EDIUS edition, because before, if you opened up Vitascene, you could see it always said activate. So it looks like you have to activate it, even though that the license was already activated. Now this disappeared. It looks better. But I think we have about like 50 small updates which we included now in the setup manager, and it will grow. I'm sorry for those who started using EDIUS 11 the first day, because maybe the first day we still had like 3 problems which we didn't know, because we made something like when we delivered everything, all plugins also got the final release at that time with some changes, small changes. But as you know, sometimes these small changes can lead to some problems. But I would say after just a few days, the situation was pretty much under control. And right now, we're looking forward to the major update, as a maintenance release from EDIUS next week. And we are collecting information from all our resellers and even end users about issues. We sometimes also do like a remote desktop session then at a customer to understand what is the problem on the system, and we take this information and try to put it into the setup manager to automatically be able to fix things.
Great news. I know that setup manager has already solved a lot of problems while using EDIUS X version, EDIUS 10. It was very helpful, the fact that you can just run the setup manager and upgrade all the plugins, so they can be compatible with the newest version of EDIUS. And I'm sure that that you can further develop the setup manager now to support more plugins integration inside the setup manager, automatic identification of the versioning, and hopefully automatic integration to the newest version of EDIUS.
Yes.
once again, I would like to thank you a lot. The fact that you're here with us today means a lot for me, for Omeros, and I'm sure for the rest of us. And we really hope to see you once again with the next online meeting that we are going to set up.
Sure. Yeah, would be a pleasure.
Thank you so much, Michael. Thank you.
So now all the best.
You're more than welcome to stay. You are more than welcome to leave. I know you have a very tight program. So
I have to jump into the next meeting in 5 minutes.
Of course. So. Excellent. Yeah. So once again, thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. All the best. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.